Hello and welcome to the Hespect MMA podcast, where we cover MMA's hottest headlines, fight card bouts, fighter drama, discuss fight predictions, media giants, and basically all things MMA related. Made by fans, for the fans. This is your host, Hespectful Keith, and I'd love for you to come and join me here, often visited by special guest and best friend of mine, codenamed Throb Lowe, as we share our memories, takes, and opinions on the frequently changing landscape that is MMA. Now, without further ado, let's MMA and chill. Good evening, everybody. It is Hespect MMA coming back at you. This is Hespectful Keith. We're waiting on Throb Lowe to come on in. It's March 11th today, 2011. Hope everyone is doing 2021. Sorry, just had an extremely large meal. It's delicious. Gotta love food coma. But anyways, I hope everyone's been doing good throughout the week. And speaking of the week, I want to introduce the underdog of the week, Kennedy. I'm not going to try and even say that last name. But he defeated Carlos Ulberg. He was a plus 205 underdog, and Carlos was a minus 245 favorite. He got finished in the second round. Check it out if you didn't. Very amazing fight. Also, I just wanted to quickly... Yo, what's up, man? No, it's all good, it's all good. Just kind of just doing the underdog of the week intro there.
Okay, yeah.
How you doing?
Pretty good, man. How's the little bunsum? He's been home for a little bit now, right?
Yeah, he's with his grandma right now, so
nice.
He's doing good. Just been chilling.
Solid.
Yeah. Funny kid though, man. He knows like exactly 3 hours after he eats, he just starts crying again.
It's like clockwork.
Yeah, man, it's like clockwork.
It's very punctual.
Weird, man. Yeah, I don't understand. Like I went to go check on him a couple of hours ago. Right when I got up to the top floor there, he started crying.
Like, all right, I hear someone. They're nearby now.
Yeah. But yeah, man. So yeah, I shouted out our underdog of the week, Kennedy. I'm not gonna say his last name. The guy that KO'd Carlos Ulberg. Yeah, he was a plus 205 underdog. So shout out to him. And the honorable mention, you can probably guess, went to Blachowicz.
Oh yeah,
Plus 190 against Adesanya. Now, did you know the biggest underdog, if she had won, would have been Megan Anderson? She was actually plus 675.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, man.
Yeah, man, it's crazy. And
then she gets cut after the loss.
I know. Cut or some kind of falling out happens.
Yeah. I mean, it's not like they have, a fully fleshed out 145-pound division right now anyway.
Yeah. So, yeah, she claimed that the brass informed her that the featherweight division was going to be dissolved, and then someone from the brass was like, no, that's not what we said. So I don't know if like there was a miscommunication or someone lying.
Yeah, I think maybe. I mean, I'd like to see them just putting on more 145-pound fights.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think there absolutely has to be a champion immediately after Nunes, vacates it or retires. I mean, I'd be completely fine with just having a division, right? Where they have a couple of fights or at least one every other card or something like that. That way you actually start to recognize the names that are above the bantamweight.
Yeah, and there's no rank board.
Yeah, there isn't. That's what I mean, right? Like the 125 filled up really quick because there's a lot of fighters that wanted to go up from 115 and down from 135, right?
Yeah.
But they'll probably need to bring in other fighters from different divisions, maybe even different sports, right? To make that 145-pound division work.
Yeah, it's
or promotions.
It's seemingly thin for whatever reason.
Yeah, I mean, there are a lot of fighters out there that are at that weight.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, maybe because they pull a lot of their talent from Invicta,
Yeah.
and what is Invicta does have a 145, doesn't it? I'm not.
Yeah, Kayla Harrison actually competed there recently.
Okay, yeah. Well, seems like they would have a steadier pool of fighters.
Yeah, I
But I
don't know if
mean,
like they just it's the eyes that like maybe they're seeing something like okay, they're not ready for the big stage yet. I don't know, no offense.
yeah, yeah. I mean,
You know
I'd like
those
to see
two
the division fill out anyway.
did you know they're actually think they both train at ATT, Kayla Harrison and Amanda Nunes.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Damn.
So like they are aware of each other. And Amanda in like one of the post fight interviews, she's like, you know, if our paths cross, then we'll be ready to fight.
Yeah, yeah. You gotta do the job, right?
Yeah, so no bad blood there. She's just ready to scrap.
hmm
Yeah, and also want to do something a little new. Fastest finish shout out to I forgot how to pronounce his name, but Euros Medic, who TKO'd Elon Cruz in 1 minute and 40 seconds in the first round of their fight.
Okay.
Yeah,
Was
that
that
was
a prelim, right?
that was in the early prelims.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Anybody listening, they should definitely. I recommend all the fights in the early prelims. They were basically all finished, right?
Were they?
I think so. Yeah, Eurus Medic, Amanda Lemos, Trevin Jones. Trevin Jones started. He set the tone for the card.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I mean, that Medic Cruise one. That one is the one that I remember because there was just so many shots. But
yeah, man, that guy's fast as fuck.
yeah, you were saying?
Uh, yeah, all those fights. Yeah, check them out, people. The early prelims fight, but barring the Tim Elliott fight. Did you happen to hear about Tim Elliott accusing his opponent Jordan Espinoza of being a woman beater while they were fighting?
Really?
Yeah,
I did not hear that.
yeah, man. He's on top control, Elliott, and he's like, "You hit her? You a woman beater? You a woman beater?" And they caught on the cam, and the commentator was like, "Oh, he's talking to him." They didn't want to address it
Yeah.
directly.
Yeah,
He's
you don't
talking
want
to him.
to have your commentators mentioning that.
Yeah. Yeah, so apparently, like an ex-girlfriend or like some old friend of Espinoza's messaged Tim Elliott before the fight and told him something in relation to getting hit by Espinoza or something. I didn't really look into it.
Yeah, that I didn't hear about that. That's that's unusual thing to happen in the fight.
Uh, Spicy. Tim Elliott getting spicy in there.
hmm
uh,
Absolutely.
but yeah, all right. So let's go into our UFC 259 review. The breakdown and our predictions. One more note. Kai Kara France. Did you see his finish too?
Oh man, that's probably my favorite fight of the night.
Yeah, man.
That was an
Oh
awesome
my
performance by
goodness.
both guys.
Great bounce back.
Yeah, I mean, I went in thinking it was just a straight up grappler striker match,
Yeah.
but Bontorin he was getting the better of the stand up before it went down.
hmm
And then at the same time, Kai Kara France, he did everything right. He kept the weight on the foot when he had the leg triangle around him.
Yeah, yeah.
He kept attacking the hands at the right times. I mean, it was an awesome showcase by both guys. And then that 3-hit finish, that was just flawless. It reminds me of what Cerrone did to Rick Story, where he ended it with the kick.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, just super
Oh
clean.
yeah, man. I remember how hyped up I was for Rick's story back in the day.
Yeah,
But,
yeah.
yeah, just can't seem to break through, and now he doesn't seem to be active enough for whatever reason.
I mean, he's one of those names where you see it, right? It's a recognizable name.
hmm
Another one
Yeah.
of the many names.
But yeah, let's move into our review. Flyweight 125. Serve up a third shot to the gut for all the Joby fans out there,
Yeah,
Askarov taking the W over Joby.
yeah. That one
Dominant
hurt a little.
performance. Yeah. Were there any surprises for you as a Joby fan?
I was a little surprised with his strategy. I mean, he came in just swinging heavy with the majority of what he was throwing, right? And then when it got down to the last round where basically you need a knockout, he was already doing what he needed to do in the third round. So there's kind of no win at that point.
Yeah, I mean, Benavidez, he just loves throwing hands. Obviously,
Yeah, he absolutely does.
I thought he'd have enough of the grappling defense on point to kind of keep Askar off, and he was just able to control Joseph on the ground. Had a lot of good tosses and trips and stuff.
Yeah.
Dude's pretty serious.
Yeah, he absolutely is. And they during the commentary, I remember they were mentioning a lot of points towards his how Askarov is deaf and how it affects his fighting and things like that.
Mm-hmm.
And that's a really interesting side of things, right? How it's just kind of you in there. He can barely hear the crowd or his coaches during the fight and things like that. It's
just his own in.
Yeah, I mean, it clearly seems to be working for him, and it's like Nick Newell, right? People perceive it as a disability, but you live your whole life like that. That's just life for you, and it's crazy how he seems like he's a future contender right now.
Yeah, it seems to be like if anything, it gives him extra concentration, right?
Yeah,
you see that attitude he gave him when Joseph accidentally gave him a low blow? He was like, all right, what the hell, man?
No, yeah, I don't remember that part, but sounds
funny.
Hilarious.
He looked to the ref. He's like, hey, you going to call that? And then they just kept fighting.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to what he does next. I mean, he's got a few names, right? The draw to Moreno, Benavidez, Pantoja, Tim Elliott.
Yeah, I think he's probably in line for probably the winner of Moreno and Figueiredo. What do you think? Maybe too early? I mean, he's right there at number 2, right?
When's Moreno and Figueiredo fighting again?
I do think they scheduled it, or maybe I'm thinking a little preemptive here, but they're going to. It's inevitable. So anyone else has to wait.
Yeah, that's absolutely the fight to make, but I think maybe one more.
One more, okay.
Yeah,
who would you put him up against?
As far as right now,
mm-hmm.
I think just about anyone. In the top 5, he already beat 2 top 5 opponents.
Yeah, so just kind of cement himself right up there.
Yeah.
And
I'm looking at it right. I'm looking at it right now. It's June.
Mm-hmm.
Moreno Figueiredo 2.
Oh, that's
yeah. So I mean, that's it's quite a while away from now.
Mm-hmm.
And at the same time, even though he immediately started off with some stiff competition, 3 wins. Seems like. I mean, it depends. It's up to him. I agree that I wouldn't object him getting a title shot right away, but I'd like to see him fight again.
Yeah, I definitely agree with that.
Yeah, I mean, he definitely held his own in the stand-up against, even though, the grappling was a major threat the entire time, he definitely, proved he had good hands against one of the better strikers.
One point that Joe made that I completely agree with in much humor is like, he's not like a physical specimen, right? Just he looks like a very normal man, but he's just like extremely skilled. He's got surprising strength, and he just imposed his will on Joseph Benavidez. But if he decides to wait, I mean, he's got that split draw with Moreno in 2019, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So if he wants to wait, I mean, maybe Moreno wins. Maybe he gets. Oh, but if Moreno wins, then Figgy's gonna get a rematch. You think so?
I don't know. I think if Moreno wins, they might give it to Askarov. But it seems like either way, Askarov, he's number 2 right now.
Mm-hmm.
Benavidez was number 2 before the fight, and
he dropped down 3 spots.
Yeah, and he previously beat the number 3 right now.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, the only choice is number 2, or you skip over him for Alex Perez, right?
Yeah.
Unless
Yeah.
Cody is still hell bent on making 125.
No, man. Stop with that.
Yeah, I know.
Everybody just stop talking about it. It's time
He's
to
just
come home,
gotta
Cody.
do his business at 135. He's got plenty of fights up there.
I
But
know. It's
anyway, yeah,
super hot out there.
I'd like to see him fight again, just
I agree.
because he's very, very entertaining, very skilled.
Yeah.
I just want to see it.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, I like that Pantoja matchup you were talking about. Maybe those guys will throw down.
Yeah. Oh, he already beat him.
Oh, he did.
Yeah,
Oh,
Alex
there you
Perez
go.
was the other name on the board that he didn't.
Okay, okay.
That's what I was saying.
Oh,
Maybe him and I don't know if Alex Perez is scheduled already, but
yeah, I didn't hear anything. That's there.
yeah,
I think
that's a
it's
good
there.
one.
But yeah, going on over that. Kyler, the Matrix Phillips, cruises to a unanimous decision victory over Song Yadong. This time with no controversy. And he takes from this fight with you?
It was entertaining as hell.
Yeah,
Two
man.
bouncy strikers, right? There was a couple takedowns for Phillips, but I
Took
mean, I
some good
think
shots too, Song, man.
yeah,
Just
yeah, he
throws it hard.
definitely. I think
Mhm.
Song was a little too forward in motion, like they mentioned a few times.
Yeah. But he just wants to finish, yo.
Yeah, he's literally just here to throw down, and I mean, he has a good record right now, still, even with the loss for the UFC.
Yeah, he'll definitely bounce back from that.
Yeah,
Super tough guy.
yeah, I'm definitely looking forward to his next fight.
Yeah. But yeah, that fight just played out. Bruiser versus Technique,
Yeah,
right?
yeah, that's what it
Kyler
was.
living up to the nickname, the Matrix.
Yeah, I mean, Kyler Phillips beating a ranked opponent and getting his name on the board now, right?
Yeah. So he's 14 now. What do you think next for him? I would say take it slow. You know, that was a really good performance, but 135 is very hot right now.
Yeah,
I might like
and
the
he's very bouncy too. I don't know. 15 fights, he looked good, but 25 is a different story. I think he could use some more growth before trying to jump into like the top 10, top 5, or calling out or anything like that.
for sure.
I'd like to see another fight against pretty much anyone.
hmm Well, you got Vera at 15 there. I don't know if he's been scheduled with anyone, but that would be a good one.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, another entertaining fighter, right? Very skilled, very technical. He's
hmm
got a really interesting strategy of how he bounces around, and he's got a lot of wheel kicks and things like that.
hmm
I'd like to see him fight just because he seems like a very entertaining fighter.
Yeah, can't wait to see more of him.
Yeah,
And like
yeah.
he
That was
hardly showcased his offensive grappling, which in the previous bouts, like if you see it, he's pretty good on the ground as well.
yeah, yeah. I mean, very, very technical. He didn't overplay anything, even though he was winning a lot of the stand up.
hmm
He managed the spacing really well with his movement. I mean, I'm very much looking forward to his next fight, regardless of who it's against, ranked or not.
For sure. Yeah, definitely. I think we'll see him climb slowly.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, he's Song Yadong. They mentioned was 23 years old, right? That's very young.
hmm
I think he's not much older. They mentioned just a couple years, I think.
Yeah, I think Kyler's 25 or something.
Yeah, yeah. He's in a really good spot. Take your time, develop that game.
A lot of room for growth.
Yeah,
But yeah, on from that, the other bantamweight match, Dominic the Dominator Cruz gets it done against Casey Kennedy, and he said it was going to be by split decision, and it was by split decision.
is that exactly what I said?
Yeah.
Nice.
You're like Casey Kennedy's going to land a couple, and that's going to be what sways one of the judges.
That's hilarious, and that's exactly what happened. I mean,
Oh man, yeah, man. Cruz, man.
how often does MMA math play out? Right, this is one perfect example.
I know, freaking hilarious. Oh man.
I'm glad though. I'm glad Dominic Cruz got back on the board.
Yeah, for the most part, it played out in the way that it usually does for Cruz, in very Cruz fashion. Yeah, Casey definitely landed a lot of strikes. That guy is like really good at closing the distance.
Yeah, he is. I mean, the first round, the footwork, the movement and the randomness of Cruz's strategy, it did him good. But the second round was probably the one more than likely that Casey won on all three cards.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he started getting the timing a bit more down in that second one.
Yeah, and then that's when he started implementing the wrestling and everything like that because I guess Casey was in the stand-up mindset. He wasn't expecting the first couple.
Yeah, and that's the problem when you're just gonna try and do stand-up with Cruz.
Yeah.
And he's always trying to mix it up. If he sees an opening, he's gonna take it.
Yeah.
Just,
I mean, that's exactly what happened, right? I mean, the last takedown, I think, 40 seconds left or something like that, top control.
Mm-hmm.
It definitely cinched up the round.
Yeah, beautiful performance by Cruz.
Yeah,
one thing I noticed.
sorry,
go ahead. You first.
Oh, I was just gonna say, big learning point for Kenny.
Oh yeah, he's gonna take so much from that.
Yeah, that's a big way to because he was cruising to potentially winning. 40 seconds of stand up, 50 seconds maybe. I think it was somewhere between there. I mean, that's a lot of time to impose your athleticism, right? Your energy and everything, dump everything out.
Yeah, and he did it like super good. Dom, like I was scared a couple times, and they did mention like it's good that he has a chin when he needs it.
Yeah, I mean, footwork aside, he does have a good chin, and the only time I think he was knocked out was by a perfectly timed knee, right on the jaw.
Yeah, by Cejudo.
Yeah.
Beast.
Yeah, I mean Cejudo, isn't he? Okay, well, you know what? That's another topic. We were talking about Casey Kenny. You were about to say something about the performance?
Oh no, I love this performance. Just it's Cruz, right? I was saying that in his interviews with Cruz, I noticed he really says nowadays that he gets hit more than he'd like to be. Like, and that's a common thing in his post-fight interviews right now and then. And it's hard to deny. He's 36, right? Multiple knee surgeries, ligament injuries, all that. So that attributes to the loss of the pep in the step. But that's scary. It's scary that he keeps mentioning that after his fights.
Yeah, I mean, what do you think about? Do you think he's in a position to make another title run, or do you think he's just trying to stack a few wins before retirement on a good note?
I think he still wants the title, but he's just playing it right, He knows how to push himself, and he has a story with some of the top contenders, right? And he's a good talker.
Yeah,
so.
he's always been one of the more intelligent all across the board in every aspect, right?
Yeah, so he'll make the right move when he sees it.
Yeah,
even me as a fight fan, Dominic Cruz, hardcore fight fan. I don't know what his next move is.
No, you never know. I mean, it could be a quick turnaround. It could be, another 2 years, and then he fights some random newcomer that's 5 to 10.
Oh,
quickly rising, right? I mean, you never know.
How about Aldo? Let's have Cruz versus Aldo.
Oh, damn, that would be a good one.
I would like that one
because Aldo, his stance is so tight, right? It's so it's so compact and ready, whereas Cruz is always like just flowing like an octopus with 8 legs or something.
Or Edgar, the vets, man.
That would be a really good one. I'd love to see the two of them, because I mean, not anyone, or I mean Faber, but not a lot of people have tried. It's really so difficult talking about Cruz because you say lately, and lately is like 2-3 fights.
Yeah.
But I mean, no one ever tries to offensively wrestle against Cruz. I think Edgar, he'd have some of that in his mind.
Yeah, I'd like to see that. Cruz, though, he's crafty. He knows how to kind of like shift out of the way of someone's like kind of body weight when they're trying to go for his hips and stuff.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of it is his movement too, right? If you're shooting for a takedown, he's more than likely already moving. So more movement, it's more momentum to get out of the way and kind of switch or force your opponent to go for a single leg when they try to shoot for a double or something like that, be at an awkward angle.
Yeah. He's really good at countering that and kind of just keeping it in his zone.
Yeah, that's exactly what he did to Kenny for the first and last round.
Yeah, so fight fandom aside, he did happen to call out the Monster Energy executive, Hans Mollenkap, for a charity MMA fight.
Yeah, I remember Joe Rogan saying, okay, it's getting a little political here. Thank you, whatever, right? Trying to tie it all up.
Yeah, so I looked into it a bit. Apparently, he's implying that Mollenkap was trying to use threat bargaining tactics to kind of like get Cruz to do stuff. Like the quote was, "When you try to force me and you text me that if I don't comment on your page, if I don't give you an interview, that you're going to take what pays my bills. What are we doing? Monster sponsors me, not you." So this was a call out because he calls himself a pro fighter. And he's 100 pounds heavier on me. We can make this a charity event. Monster picks the charity, and we scrap it out.
That's hilarious. I mean, who is the guy he's trying to fight? What's his name?
Hans Mollenkap. Apparently, some kind of Monster Energy executive that also trains MMA. He's a heavyweight.
I'm gonna Google this right now just to.
Well, I think if it's safe to say, if things continue to be a perfect universe in the world of Dominic Cruz,
a professional with no professional fights on his record.
No. But yeah, in the perfect universe of Dom Cruz, his next match will probably be a heavyweight.
BJ Penn versus Lyoto Machida over here.
Yeah, man.
I mean, what is he gonna do? Is he gonna walk in at like 160 at the most?
Who knows? Do some Izzy shit.
Yeah, I mean, that is absolutely hilarious. I mean, imagine it was just a show of some kind. Joe Rogan, trying to hastily, end the interview. Probably had some awareness. Probably super awkward for him.
Yeah, it's funny how he just shut it down too.
Yeah.
But yeah, all right. Into the main card of UFC 259. We also chose different sides of the fence for this coin flip of a matchup. Alexander Rakic, who got the UD over Thiago Santos.
Yeah.
Yeah. Another heartbreaker for Santos fans. Right. We want the Santos who fought John Jones back.
Yeah. I mean, he seemed just he didn't throw enough, kind of. That happens with power strikers, right? They always have that one fight of hesitancy.
Yeah, that's unfortunate. And definitely shows some love to Rakic, who, good game plan. Basically did what he did to Anthony Smith, right? Just like that's how you deal with a dangerous guy, I guess. Especially for Alexander, Thiago, if he hits you clean, probably wake up with the people in your face.
Yeah, more than likely. I mean, a lot of the fights tonight were because of intelligence, right? It was because of a well executed game plan against a dangerous opponent.
Yeah,
that's how a lot of the fight went, or a lot of the fights tonight went.
Yeah, some or a lot of people would probably say not fan friendly, but
Yeah, I mean, I absolutely loved this card from top to bottom. There was not a fight I was disappointed, or there was not two fights I was disappointed with.
Yeah, and I'm always on the side of longevity. Right?
Yeah,
just throw the ego out the window, man.
Early stoppage, late stoppage. I'll pick an early stoppage, right? Random, this and that. Fighter safety is dangerous enough without adding more to the fact that you're literally going into combat right? The objective is the head and the body,
Yeah,
right?
exactly.
That's dangerous enough.
Nowadays, the calves.
The knee, the oblique kick.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, well, shit stirs the pot, so I'm cool with that. But no, those fights were amazing. I so dominant by Alexander, and it's crazy. It's crazy when you're able to force a guy that powerful down like that. Glover
Yeah.
did it too. Other guys, they're not able to do it, man. They go to sleep.
Yeah. I
They go
mean,
night night.
you gotta maintain your focus for as many rounds as they are, right? That's super difficult when you not only have to have the output to stifle his offense, but also stay focused during all of it.
Yeah, yeah. So this win, it bumps him up to rank 2, right? So now he's below contender Glover Teixeira. Yeah, and he said he'll wait another 6 months. He wants 6 months of rest after he beat Izzy. We'll get to that. But yeah, if you're Glover, 6 months break and then a fight camp. Could be a fight in the later part of 2021 if he waits for Jan. I don't know. What's the play here if you're Glover?
I think Glover is absolutely going to wait for the title shot. I think he's 100% the next contender. And
Yeah,
anything, unless Alexander Rakic decides to have, a super quick turnaround and immediately beat another top contender like Reyes or Jiri, right? Or Ankalaev, he may be able to put on such a massive performance, maybe on the next pay-per-view card or some high-profile night, right? Unless some random miracle fight lines up for Rakic, I think Glover Teixeira is the next one, regardless of when it happens. 5, 6, 7, 8 months. That's probably what's happening.
Okay. Yeah, so
I
you think
think,
he'll wait for
I mean, I saw part of an interview or, a quote from an interview where Glover was saying he understands the situation. He's the number one contender. He's 41 years old. This is his final run. This
Yeah,
is
it's true.
his
That's true.
opportunity, right? And he's going to play it right. If he can get some rest in and then do a full camp way ahead of time, right? That's the perfect situation for him.
Man, what a beast. That guy just
Yeah.
he knows right when to kill, man.
Yeah, I mean he's definitely one of the more intelligent fighters in the 205 right now.
Yeah,
Him and his camp, they just put together great game plans and they capitalized on his strengths.
Hell yeah. Like his run before John Jones was just you thought he was gonna be the one, man. He's that good, and he's continued to be that good. It's great. Glover's a throwback.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. Now that we're talking about him, man, that guy has seen light heavyweight really change over the years. I have some names that he shared the octagon with. You'll notice a commonality here. So, Rumble Johnson,
Okay.
Alexander Gustafsson, Jones, Corey Anderson, Shaw Evans, Phil Davis, Ryan Bader, Rampage Jackson. All those guys are gone now.
Yeah, they absolutely are.
Yeah. What a crazy career for Glover, man. So big respect to him, man.
Yeah. I mean, for the longest time, those massive lunchbox fists.
Yeah,
like
man.
he's got I don't know what's going on. They got to make custom gloves for him or what, but he's got some massive power in his hands, and it only takes one clean shot, first round or fifth round.
Yeah, man, that guy's powerful.
Yeah, I mean, and it's a tough call because lunchbox fist or a hearty meat and potato based diet.
Yeah, man, I can't wait for that one.
Yeah,
man. I can't wait.
That's probably one of the better ones that I'm looking forward to, and it's a little whiles away, but
for sure. Once they announce it, man, I'm gonna be jumping.
Yeah,
wherever I am, whatever I'm doing.
Yeah, I mean, as far as the next couple of contenders, that fight plus layoff, they may be looking at 8, 9, 10 months on the short end before the next title shot comes up. So I think Rakic on the night will probably have to get in one more fight just to just to stay relevant and hope some other prospect or resurging veteran doesn't take his spot.
Well, if he's not busy, Reyes is there.
Yeah.
But maybe Reyes wants to I don't know. He's been fighting top competition for a while. It's been rough for him.
Yeah, he definitely got rushed up there. Not rushed, but kind of like an Ozdemir thing where a quick streak put him in a crazy position.
Yeah, and it's kind of just like, just a little below.
Yeah, like one more contender fight. He may have learned more or enough. I mean, Jones, right? A lot of people thought he won that fight.
Yeah, that was very arguable.
Yeah, same with Santos, but
Mm-hmm.
I mean that's
more Santos than Reyes, in my opinion.
Yeah.
No
I mean,
anybody out there?
both of them were difficult fights to call, but
yeah. Because in the Reyes fight, not the biggest Jones fan outside of the cage, but he's a killer inside.
Yeah.
And near the end of the fight, man, he was laying it on him, man.
Yeah, I mean the Santos fight was definitely closer. I didn't argue the Reyes as much as the Santos. I really thought Santos had that fight. I thought it was going to be split for him.
Without knees either.
Yeah, I mean he was minus one knee for 4 or 3.5 rounds, and then minus another knee for like 2 rounds.
Crazy guy, man. Yeah, hopefully that guy bounces.
Yeah, I mean, man. His layoff was because of the knee attacks, right? Hopefully it hasn't put a detriment on his skill set.
Hopefully not, man. Hopefully not. Off of that, though, let's now go into Islam Makhachev, who submitted Drew Dober.
Oh, yeah.
The mean arm triangle choke in the half guard, man, during the third round. It's crazy, eh, man? Not to sound overly critical, but at this level of praise, you're gonna have fans and analysts picking at everything. That being said, in terms of like the rumblings of the second coming,
yeah,
or Khabib 2.0, I'll do Hespect, but I'll be a heel here, and it's kind of rough around the edges, Khabib was such a smasher. Am I just too used to seeing that?
Yeah, I mean, Khabib set an unbelievably high bar.
Yeah,
I mean, like, look at the welterweight picture right now. I mean, everyone is being compared to GSP.
Mm-hmm.
And that's because that's, the long-time 9-title defense champion, right?
Yeah.
And even though Khabib shares the same number of defenses as Edgar and Benson, and I think BJ Penn, right?
Yeah, lightweight doesn't actually have like a very long defense streak.
Those other champions were longer ago, and they were closely contested fights.
Mm-hmm.
And lately, the last 5-10 years, maybe closer to 5, but the lightweight division has been like one of the more stacked, just like welterweight. And 3 defenses seems to mean more now than it did back then, especially when you have guys topping 8, 10, 12 win streaks.
Yeah, man. So that's a good argument. Like me, I don't know. Defenses is like really big for me, right? Like staying around and just owning the throne, right? Owning the top of the mountain, king of the hill, just over and over again. And then GSP and guys like DC, Conor McGregor. Even though Conor never defended it, you move up and then you move a division and you capture more gold. That's just amazing to me.
Yeah.
Nunes,
Yeah, I mean, Amanda Nunes, absolutely, she is the greatest female fighter of all time. There's no arguing it.
Yeah, no argue. Hands down.
Yeah.
It's done.
Yeah, it's I mean, she could retire today, right? Like an hour from now, and it would be set in stone. And we'll talk about that later, but as far as Makhachev, I think he's the closest thing to Khabib that we have right now. And no disrespect, right? Obviously, Khabib set the bar high.
Yeah.
But
he's still setting the bar. Apparently, people are saying he wants to be, or he's going to be coach of the year for this year.
Oh man. Okay, well, that seems a little early. I don't know how into the coaching thing he is right now, but
it's a popular.
He's still getting bothered by Dana to come back.
Yeah, that's so true.
But yeah, I mean, he's obviously on a really, really solid win streak. He pretty much dominated that Dober fight. You know, Dober landed a few shots here and there while he had a few stand-up moments, but I mean, Makhachev, he's definitely knocking on the top 10 door. You know, any one of those top 10 names on their best day could potentially beat another one. So this is his moment, right? He's got to win this next fight. And if he does, I think, you know, he's going to jump up a bunch of spots.
Yeah, it was crazy to see that he tapped Dober with that arm triangle while still in half guard. You know, man, that must have been a squeeze and a half.
Yeah, I mean, pure showcase. The finish was, you know, unexpected for the position.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I mean, he's definitely up there, but with everyone having trained for Khabib, it puts the division in a spot to recognize an upcoming threat like that, especially when they're attached to Khabib.
Yeah. So one thing that I noted though, Drew Dober, you know, he's unranked, right?
Yeah.
But the win shot Makhachev up 3 spots from 14 to 11.
Oh yeah.
You know, understandably, you know, Quinta, Kevin Lee, they've been MIA, but he went over Beneil Dariush, who just fought last month.
Yeah,
how's that look? How do you make that? How do you think that makes the UFC look?
I don't know. I mean, I'm not exactly sure who is in charge of making this rank board. I mean, they have the names at the top and everything, but I myself am not familiar with them.
Yeah, that's the kind of thing that's kind of like BS, you know?
Yeah.
Like, oh, no, come on. You know,
like how
Dariush is on a 6-win streak.
How when people hype up a fight months in advance, 3-4 months in advance, people will move up for no reason leading up to the fight.
Yeah,
like just under the radar. They'll just suddenly, okay, this guy's been active for 5 months, ticks over to 6, you're down a rank. For no reason. That's the reason, right? It has nothing to do with the other guy and his fight coming up.
Hard to take the rank board seriously. There is some stability, but
I mean,
that's
generally speaking, you put a record together. You may not get promoted, but you'll move up the board, right?
Yeah. So all due respect to Islam, but that's just weird.
Yeah, it is. But I mean, understandable. A lot of what the UFC does is understandable, even if the majority of hardcores don't agree with it.
I guess so. I mean, Beneil also finished Dober in 2019, right? Subbed him in the second round, but I guess so.
Yeah.
Okay, UFC.
Much love to Islam Makhachev and Drew Dober.
Mm-hmm. Oh, what the hell? Fucking computer wants to restart there. But yeah, much love.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, so good luck to you, Makhachev. Hopefully you get some good fight in the future. Lots of good fights out there for you.
Yeah.
But moving on to Aljamain Sterling, who defeated Peter Yan via headbutt TKO to Peter's knee. Fantastic performance.
Headbutt TKO.
Yeah, man. So fantastic that everyone's in agreement that Sterling deserves an Oscar.
Yeah. I don't know who won the Oscars last year, but move over.
All due respect. Oh,
yeah,
man.
I mean, we were just talking about erring on the side of fighter safety, right?
Yeah.
And I personally would have been happier and more satisfied with a no contest and a rematch.
Mm-hmm.
But, I mean, as far as everyone has said, it was clearly stated that Sterling is down, and then 2-3 seconds later, he kneed him in the face.
Yeah.
That is the problem.
Miscommunication.
Yeah, that's what changed it from an NC to a
DQ.
Yeah, a DQ. And I mean, I don't fault Sterling. I mean, the moment he threw the belt down, right? He did the interview. He seemed coherent. Later, we see him with pictures, with his buddies or his camp and whatever with the it's a difficult situation. I mean,
It's rough.
Yeah,
it's rough.
It absolutely is a difficult situation.
Yeah. So I don't know. Did you think it was intentional, unintentional? I mean, okay, obviously he threw it with bad intentions. He threw it. It happened. Did he know? He should have known? What happened? His team didn't know.
Technically speaking, I think the fight played out exactly as it should have. As a fight fan, I'm disappointed that the belt was handed over by DQ. You know, you think of Jones and Smith and how Smith decided to fight on, or Rothwell and Struve, where he got kicked in the balls 3 times and decided to fight on. You know, that heart awards you more fans, more respect and reputation and things like that. But in this situation, you know, you're a young top contender. You have, you know, the biggest thing in your career on the line, and you have your health, right? The modern age of MMA is very health oriented for a lot of fighters, right? Lately. And taking a knee like that was a big knee. Like, no one can deny that was a serious, immediate, right in the face knee, right?
Yeah, and problem that some people have is referee Mark Smith. He actually gave the decision to Aldo whether to call it off or not. When it could have just been called off.
That's another part I was about to mention. I think in a situation like that where it's clearly you said he's down, and if your corner or you are the ones who made the mistake and caused you to knee him in the face, that's your corner and you at fault. I think I would have been much more satisfied with an NC or the fact that the ref himself just immediately stopped it.
Yeah, he should have.
Yeah,
should have just shut it down.
Like with what was it, Poirier and Alvarez? That was accidental, right?
Yeah, but they called it off, right?
Yeah, they did call it off. The doctors were the ones who called it off. The ref called in the doctor, and then he called it off. But
okay,
but yeah,
that should become more normal.
Yeah, I
don't think people should get so. I mean, I get it.
Yeah, an accidental knee is different, but this was clearly instructed that he's down and that's you and your corner at fault.
Yeah. Mark Smith did call it out. So
yeah, I think
no one's saying anything about Peter Yan. Peter Yan raised his hand before they called the decision. You remember seeing that? He just stood there and he's like, Russian power.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, it's unfortunate that Sterling is getting as much hate as he is for getting kneed in the face illegally.
No, it's rough.
Yeah, I mean, I put the fault.
It was the actions after.
Yeah, I mean, people see the series of events, right? You choose not to continue and win a belt as opposed to fighting it out and probably losing.
Yeah. You throw it down and then you party with it.
Yeah, yeah, it's exactly the confliction, the confusion.
Yeah.
But I mean, I'd put the fault with, Jan in his corner, and partially for who was the ref you were saying?
Mark Smith.
Okay, yeah, Mark Smith. He should have called it off immediately himself.
Yeah, he usually doesn't receive any criticism, but the commentators were on him tonight.
Yeah.
There was that one, which fight was that? The guy was just getting beat on for a while.
Oh, that was the one we were talking
Joe
about
was like,
earlier. What was it, Medic and Cruz?
Oh, right, yeah. Oh, that was rough.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was, yeah, he's usually not talked about, which is good for a ref, but
yeah,
he was a bit on the target tonight.
Yeah, he definitely should have made that call for Sterling.
Mm-hmm. But let's show some love to Peter, or Piotr, however you would like to say it, people. But dude, one thing that Joe mentioned that's like so true is like he's just so defensively sharp or sound, right?
Yeah,
like he's
so reactive.
Like Mike Tyson peekaboo defense for MMA. Like just blocks the head strikes. He's good at taking body shots. Jose Aldo hit him with a lot, and he just took all of them. Yeah, man.
That's what I thought. I thought he had good fundamentals, right? I think it was what I said. He he had a better 1-2 than Aljamain had a combination of things, kind of thing. Yeah, I mean,
man,
they both had some really good moments, but I thought Peter Yan had at least 2 of the 3 rounds going for him in the 4th.
Yeah, me too. Yeah, I thought Aldo would do a lot better than he did, and Peter is really good wrestling, really good takedown defense and stuff. So
yeah,
left Piotr and run it back, man. And I know they're gonna both have a chip on their shoulder now. So
yeah. I mean,
that rematch is gonna be even harder than the first.
Peter Yan probably put his hands up because he knew he was winning the fight, and the ending sucked, right?
Yeah, he was just like, you know what, I won.
yeah. I mean, Corey Sandhagen, he's the next guy, but I mean, after the way that finished, they got to run it back.
Yeah.
And they're both
sorry, Sandhagen.
they're both still in the absolute prime, right? They're in that late 20s, early 30s age, where they have the perfect balance of physicality and experience. Yeah. There's no reason why they can't run it back and then, have a trilogy sometime down the road, maybe. People can hope for.
Yeah. That'd be nice.
Yeah, that would be a perfect world. Perfect world where, like we were saying, in the perfect lightweight picture, the debut fight in 2021 would have been Khabib going for 30-1 in his trilogy with Tony.
Oh man, that's so sour about that, man. Yeah, 5, 6 times, just the most cursed.
Yeah, this is cursed. One retired, one, just fought so long. People caught on to the strategy, right? I mean, 12 wins is unbelievable. The only reason he doesn't have title defenses to his name is circumstance. That's it.
Yeah, uncrowned champ.
Yeah,
he's got the interim, so yeah, all love to Tony.
Yeah.
Moving on from that, though, Nunes. She plays David and topples the Goliath, Megan Anderson.
Yeah.
Submitted her, triangle armbar, right? But she did serve up that classic Nunes power.
Yeah. I mean, it basically went the way most people thought it would. Yeah. I mean, they keep. I mean, no disrespect to Megan Anderson, but Amanda Nunes is just the absolute pinnacle of women's MMA right now. There's no one who can beat her. Valentina Shevchenko could come and try and challenge her title. She herself is doing very well at 125, but I don't think she could beat Amanda.
No, Amanda's just too big.
Yeah.
She uses her wrestling to just kind of.
Yeah, she's.
I'm not gonna say hold her down, but she out wrestles her.
Yeah, she's got all the power in the world on the feet. Very technical at the same time, and when it gets to the ground, she's a very good wrestler offensively, right?
Yeah,
she's got a good submission game, right? A few really serious submissions.
And that's exactly why I say Valentina's kind of like the Mighty Mouse of the UFC, because Mighty Mouse, he had trouble with the guys at 135. They can think, they can hold them down. Yeah, man. What is there to say? I looked over the stat board and I noticed that any featherweight chick that wants to fight Amanda, you got to be careful. You know why? You got to be careful because there's a 66 to 67% chance that you will part ways with the UFC.
Oh, really?
The featherweights, man, Cyborg and now Megan, right?
Oh,
they're both gone now.
Damn.
Felicia Spencer survived.
Damn, that is interesting. I mean,
featherweight women, watch out. she's just kicking you out of the UFC, man.
Literal executioner.
Yeah. Now we did. People are questioning what's next, right? Who else can you put her against?
I mean,
you got Kayla Harrison, right? She's 8-0. She's in Invicta, which is like a little sister of the UFC.
Yeah.
I don't know. What do you think, dude? Who would you put Amanda against? I don't even really know what pieces are moving at 145 there.
I mean, if we're talking 145, this was kind of what we were talking about earlier, where I'd like to see less of the title picture, just because, Amanda Nunes, I don't see anyone beating her, right? And I'd much rather see a fully fleshed out division as opposed to just as Amanda's name at the top. I'd like to just see more 145 fights, more 145 fighters.
You got to build some names.
Yeah, that's what I mean. You need to build some people who, have a 3, 4, 5 win streak in the division before they get the title shot or something like that, as opposed to, here comes this former Bellator champion that we're going to hype the shit out of, and then she gets punched in the face a few times. But I mean, that's what I mean, right? They need to build an actual division. They gotta regularly have fights in the division. They gotta have, the option to go up and down between 135 and 145 that a lot of fighters have been enjoying with the 125, right? I mean, there's a lot of room for growth, but it's going to take time, and I don't necessarily think Amanda's name has to be at the top for it. She's already proven that she's the best of all time. At this point, it's just what motivates her, right?
Yeah.
And I think...
Did you see that...
Oh, what?
Oh, sorry, go ahead.
I was just going to say GDR is probably next at 135.
Yeah, I would agree. But yeah, did you see that meme of the updated women's featherweight rankings? It's just a meme.
Yeah, 15 or 15 and the champ names Amanda Nunes.
I was laughing at the freaking comment section, man. It was freaking awesome.
That is absolutely...
Like, yeah, man. So that's so disrespectful to Amanda Nunes. Well, Amanda Nunes has better wrestling than Amanda Nunes, but Amanda Nunes striking might beat Amanda Nunes.
that is absolutely how good Amanda Nunes is. I mean,
oh man, good stuff.
I mean, as far as accomplishments goes, she basically beats anyone, male or female, any division across the board has ever accomplished, right? She's one of the few premier promotions in the world, and she's won and defended simultaneously 2 different divisions.
Yeah.
I think it's 5 and 7 times, right?
Yeah, it's freaking crazy.
That is unbelievable. Back and forth. I mean,
took the belt from was it Home?
Yeah.
Or
no, it was Misha.
Misha. She demolished Home, demolished Rousey, demolished Cyborg. I mean, she's a demolisher, and she's the greatest of all time.
Yeah. I mean, she could retire tomorrow, like we were saying, or an hour from now, and I mean, by the time anyone tries to even scratch her record, I mean, her current championship run has more wins than the vast majority of female fighters out there. She's on a 12-fight win streak. And 9 or 10 of them are championship wins.
Yeah, just on a different level, man.
Yeah, I mean, it's just unbelievable how great a fighter she is.
Yeah, man. But yeah, man, speaking of being on a different level, Jan Blachowicz defeating Izzy. And he outstruck him on the CompuBox.
Oh, shit.
Fantastic performance. Outthought Izzy.
Yeah.
A lot of fans were like, the commentary team is biased because they said Jan was being outstruck. They didn't have the CompuBox numbers.
Yeah.
They're saying he's biting on all the feints. I don't know. How'd you enjoy the fight?
I thought I thought it was awesome. One of the most perfectly executed game plans I think that there's ever been, because there was a round or a moment or two in the late second during the third where I thought Izzy was going to turn it around.
Mm-hmm.
But, everything was answered. Everything was prepared for. It was it was a close fight. Both had their moments. I wouldn't call it a domination. But, it was clearly, Jan and his team putting together the best performance of his career.
I know,
it was just a masterclass of what you expect from a champion.
Yeah, outstruck him, and great timing on those two takedowns. right? 4th and 5th round.
Yeah.
But yeah, even in standing, checked Izzy's kicks, right? Got him to deter that, because that was Izzy's thing, right? He's always trying to leg kick you, trying to get you to be frustrated, come in off of that. And maybe I'm thinking Izzy's mindset of like, I'm not going to be touched.
Yeah.
Maybe that kind of like played into his mental factor.
Yeah. Well, actually, I read.
I
can't remember what the article was named, but it was a Sherdog article, and it kind of referenced the fact that Yan used Izzy's speed and reflexes against him almost, because he feinted reacting to a lot of shots on purpose.
Yeah.
And that caused Izzy to think, maybe his reactions are slowly timed, and even if he throws, I'm going to be able to miss them, or it creates some kind of secondary thought as opposed to just a counter. Yeah, and it increased the options, right? The range of what Jan could play in the moment.
Mm-hmm.
And
that's it.
Yeah, and it was even the stand-up. I mean, Izzy is obviously one of the best stand-up fighters we've ever seen.
Yeah,
but I mean, Jan, everything he did was just flawless.
I know. It's hard not to just think, wow, this guy's been an underdog over and over and over again.
I mean, he beat Reyes handily, and then
that was absolutely shocking.
Yeah, and it's not that Izzy looked bad at all. Izzy looked like Izzy. He looked like he showed up and did his thing, but he just got game planned for it. Yeah. And it wasn't even like one of those situations where the division catches up and they figure you out. It was just this guy did everything right consistently. Yeah. He played a perfect 25 minutes.
Yeah. Big respect to
Blachowicz. Yeah, definitely. Very impressed. Very, very satisfied with his performance.
Yeah, honestly, I did feel like maybe he'd end up like Whitaker, but Jan, man, just can't doubt him anymore.
No, there's no doubts in my mind. I'm absolutely aboard the what is it? The meat and potato diet. I have cut out everything fruit and dairy. I'm just 100%. Even water, there's juices in the meat.
Mm-hmm. So we already kind of discussed what's going to happen with Jan. You got Glover there.
Yeah.
So what's the next play for Izzy here, man? Is he going back down? He's going back down.
I mean, he definitely is going back down. I think there's not going to be another Izzy 205 attempt for a while.
Mm-hmm.
But as far as the 185 picture goes and his next defense, he's got a few months before he returns, at least.
Yeah.
I mean, Whitaker and Costa are scheduled. That's 1 and 2. I think he probably won't fight Costa right away, and he already called out Till. I think if
Till's trying to win his next match against Vittoria because he said he's going to call out Izzy.
Yeah.
And Izzy wants that.
Yeah, and Izzy already called him out. So I think, if Till beats Vittori and Whitaker loses to Costa, then I wouldn't be opposed to Till and Izzy going at it.
I would love that.
Yeah, I would absolutely love that. But the thing is, I really want Whitaker to beat Costa.
Yeah, I know.
And if Whitaker beats Costa, that's a champion losing and winning 4 times. There's no way anyone can argue that.
Yeah, undeniable.
Yeah, I mean, Izzy wouldn't have a choice. It would have to be, public persuasion or like push for Whitaker to obviously get the title.
People are going to be like, Till has a win over him. Oh, no, he did. He doesn't. He lost the decision to Whitaker.
Yeah, I mean, that's what I mean. There's no one. If Whitaker wins, there's no arguing it. He's getting the title shot. And I think that's going to be a much different fight.
Yeah, and I think Till, that'd be good for Till. He's still green. I don't think he should be fighting for the title just yet.
Yeah.
Just give it a little bit more time.
He's definitely, the kind of carefree guy you like to see fight, but so far we haven't seen the type of focus or dedication, commitment, right? That it takes to actually be the champion and maintain that status.
Yeah, he's hilarious, though. He was on Ariel Helwani getting interviewed. Did you see his talk about Martin Vittori? Because Vittori was like talking
what was he saying? I'm
going to make you regret your trash talk and all that.
Yeah. He's like,
Till he's
I know
like,
he's strong. I know he's fast. I know he's ugly.
yeah.
Or whatever. I think that was one of the things he said.
Yeah. He's dangerous. I know he's ugly. But look, we're gonna fight. Just save it.
Yeah, Darren Till. There's no shortage of entertainment. He's definitely a
And he called
personality.
out Yo Romero.
Yeah.
Now that he left Bellator, he's like, oh, but he's gone off to Bellator. Yoel Romero shit his pants. Where are you at, Yoel? Come get this smoke. What a guy, man.
Yeah, I think the stars have to align perfectly for Izzy Adesanya to happen. But 9 times out of 10, any way you cut it, it's probably going to be Izzy and Whitaker.
Yeah, I would like that. I think Rob can get it back.
Yeah, I absolutely think so. And I think they'll probably do a rematch.
Mm-hmm. So let's hope Rob beats Costa. Is he going to be waiting in the wings?
Yeah, I mean, Costa's in that situation where, the power striker loses because of inactivity, basically, hesitancy. Yeah. And we've seen a lot of those types of fighters come back from that. I mean, Ngannou and Lewis are perfect examples, right? Mm-hmm. They absolutely found their momentum and their pace. I think it's going to be that's going to be a good fight too. Whitaker Costa. I'm looking forward to it.
Hell yeah, yeah. Hopefully, Rob doesn't go into another war.
Yeah.
But if he does, then hell, man, just bleed.
Yeah, absolutely.
Robbie won Kenobi.
Throby won Kenobi.
Throby.
I'm your only hope if you haven't heard.
Awesome. So we are back, people. Just a side note here. Gonna be feeding the kid round 10. So let's just gloss over this this next card here. UFC Fight Night Vegas 21. Leon Rocky Edwards finally coming back to face off against Bilal. Remember the name Muhammad.
Yeah.
Great matchup to get some pieces moving around. Stacked welterweight top 15. I look forward to looking over those guys. But with respect to all the other bouts below, I'm going to insert a clip of our breakdown and prediction of the upcoming women's strawweight bout, Angela Overkill Hill versus Ashley the Spider Monkey Yoder. So for anyone not in the loop, these two ladies were originally scheduled to fight on the Rosa and Strike versus Gain card, but someone in Yoder's team tested positive for COVID, so they rescheduled for this weekend. And here is the clip. So strawweight 115 Angela Overkill Hill will be fighting Ashley Spider Monkey Yoder. I guess they just threw them in there to buff up the card, right?
Yeah, how long did they throw them in there?
Just this Sunday, or maybe the announcement was even sooner or later than that. But Ashley Yoder said that they received the contracts on Sunday.
Okay, so very short notice.
Yeah, super short notice. So, shout out to both these ladies.
Yeah,
gotta get in
definitely,
shape and go for it.
I mean, Angela Hill, she's always ready, right? She's literally one of those fighters to the core type people who are always ready to go.
Yeah, love Angela.
Yeah, definitely one of my favorite fighters on the roster for the women's divisions.
Yeah. Now, her and Ashley Yoder did fight before in 2017 on the Tough 25 finale with Dillashaw and Cody Garbrandt.
Okay.
Yeah, Yoder, she dropped the decision to Angela Hill. It was a close fight. They both traded around a piece. First to Ashley, and the second one to Angela. Or wait, no, the first one went to Angela, and the second to Ashley. And then Hill took the third. Landed good leg kicks. She has that great right hand, eh? Really just throws it down the middle and hits hard with it.
Yeah,
really good.
The combination of that and the kicks, it's a strange variation, right? Two very different things to watch for.
Yeah. But yeah, both ladies very decently well-rounded. Hill obviously a bit of a better striker. Yoder, she mixes up with kicks and takedowns. Plays the top game nicely if she can get it there. So both ladies obviously be trying to get that winning streak to get them into the title conversation. Hill right now, though, coming off a 2-fight skid. Those split decision losses to Michelle Watterson, and before that, Claudia Gadela in May.
Yeah.
And Yoder's coming in, having just turning the corner on her own 2-fight skid. She got a UD over Miranda Granger in November. I don't know, man. What do you think? It's been a few years. Who's taking it this time?
I think I got to go with Angela Hill.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, the competition she's lost to recently before her 3-fight skid got snapped. I mean, Watterson and Gadelia, they're both at the top of the division.
Mm-hmm.
I mean,
Elites.
Yeah, very, very high level right there. Both of them very well-rounded.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, as far as...
Very well-rounded. All due respect, ladies.
That is hilarious.
Sorry, go ahead.
Yeah, versus... I mean, Ashley Yoder has a lot of experience too, right? She fought Hill before. Mm-hmm. She fought Dern a while ago. Ronda Marcos has been a ranked name for a while now.
She's been around for a minute.
Yeah, I think Angela Hill is, she's her striking will get it done. She's got a more complete skill set, I'd say, as far as on the feet. Mm-hmm. And she does have good takedown defense. She's hard to keep down. I think I think I don't see it going submission against Hill, and I don't I can't picture Yoder just kind of smothering her for 15 minutes, and I'm not sure her striking could put her in a position to get submitted. So I think not by very much. I think it could very well be a Yoder win by some manner, but I think decision for Hill.
I agree. Obviously a small margin of error for both chicks, right? But both ladies.
Yeah, both women.
Both women.
Definitely got to cut that out.
No, we're gonna keep it in there. It's all good. Sorry, I say guys say stupid shit.
Yeah,
it's just how it works, people.
Yeah, we are the less intelligent of the two genders.
But I'm gonna sit, I guess, uncomfortably on a decision hill. Decision by Angela Hill. Yeah, just a matter of who will be able to implement their game, right, and not let the opponent implement theirs.
Yeah.
So it's just it's close to call. They're both really right there in terms of skill level. So I'm gonna pick Hill as well, though.
Yeah, they're both just about at the point where they just got to put it all together, right? They just gotta start getting that streak going.
Mm-hmm. So we'll see. Yeah. So and then we are jumping right into the main card. Looking over that middleweight tilt, Eric your boy Anders versus Darren the Dentist Stewart. Did you get a chance to look over all these guys?
Darren Stewart, less familiar, but I mean, I like Eric Anders. He's a name I like to see. He comes to fight, right?
Yeah, man. Finish or be finished.
Yeah, he's definitely. There's a reason why he's still on the roster.
Yeah. So
he's long time. Not long time, but I mean he's recent enough to that you regularly see the name and he's down to bang.
Yeah, for sure. So as it goes, I actually don't have much notes in the way of seeing a lot of these guys' last performances like I usually do. So for this segment, I'm actually gonna shout out the MMA Brothers Pod, whom I listen to. They usually do this. They go over the fighter stats on paper, So I'll read them over to you, and I guess we'll make an assumption or a prediction from all the knowledge we can squeeze from there.
Yeah.
Yeah. So a small disclaimer, if to newer fans, MMA math does not compute. Right.
No.
So you may look over this and think, "Oh, this guy's got a bit of a better stat board here." No. Yeah, 50% chance he's gonna lose.
Yeah, I mean, you can only throw 3 strikes and win the fight.
Yeah. The exciting for me for predictions is like breaking down the fighters. So, paper stats or knowing and seeing their last performances, that's the fun part for me.
Yeah. I much rather have like the visual memory of their performance as opposed to, striking stats and things like that.
Yeah, I know. There's a lot of X factors, right? When it comes to
Yeah.
like actually watching the fighter, you get to see how tough they are, if they have good conditioning and stuff. You can't get it on the paper stats that I have here. So
Yeah.
there's the disclaimer for you guys. Yeah, so we got Eric Anders. He's got a 69% finish rate, 8 KOs, 1 sub. Darren Stewart, 66%. Both these guys about 6 feet. Strikes landed per minute, about the same. 3 strikes per minute for both guys. Same accuracy, 45, 44. Eric Anders, he absorbs double the amount of strikes than Darren. He gets around 4 strikes a minute absorbed compared to Darren's 2 strikes absorbed. And they're pretty similar, except for in takedown defense. Eric Anders stuffs 80% of the attempts on him, and Darren Stewart stuffs 66%. So, yeah, Eric Anders, Southpaw, Darren Stewart, Orthodox. 33 versus 30. That's their ages. How's that look? Eric Anders coming off a decision loss to Jotko, right? Darren Stewart got a split decision to Kevin Holland. On paper, Darren Stewart is a slightly better grappler. Anders with a higher finishing rate. When it comes to finishers, Stewart is the quicker man. His fight times lower. His average fight times under 10 minutes there. I don't know. How do you want to see this one playing out?
It's difficult. I mean, I don't know enough about Kevin Stewart.
Mm-hmm.
I vaguely remember his fight with Kevin Holland.
Yeah.
But, I mean, I would say Stewart just to go with the new guy.
Yeah, get some fresh blood in there.
Yeah, basically.
I'm all for fresh blood.
Mean, Eric Anders, he's definitely good at what he does. He's been around for a few years now.
Mm-hmm.
But I feel like that style of fighter is around for entertainment. No disrespect in any way, but it's a style of fighting that can be figured out.
Yeah, and
the Holland fight wasn't terribly one-sided, right?
Yeah, it was a split loss. So obviously, the judge saw it in Darren's favor.
Yeah.
Yeah. On paper, though, when I'm looking at it, absorbing almost twice the amount of strikes compared to Darren. Obviously, we'll have to see if he shores that up. But
Yeah.
You know what? I'm going to go with Darren as well. I don't know if it's going to be a decision. Both these guys love the finish, so I'll say maybe Stewart by I say KO, maybe first, second round. I don't know if Anders has been finished, but yeah.
I'm gonna say decision.
Stewart.
Yeah, decision split.
Another split decision.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know enough, but I'm just kind of going on my gut.
Yeah.
And I'm not sure enough to give it a unanimous or majority.
Yeah, if you get this one, it's probably going to be the world record for most split decision consecutive guesses.
That's my default. When I have a gut decision, it's just split decision. That's the safest bet to make.
Holy shit, that's awesome. But yeah, we'll see. Start some dialogue after that match. Moving on from there, flyweights, 125. Matheus Nicolau versus Manel. I don't know if his actual nickname is Starboy or Prodigo. It's different on different sites. But Manel Cape We talked about him on one of the pods where he fought Alexandre Pantoja. So he's coming off that match. Both guys, Manel Cape, 93% finishing rate. Jesus Christ.
Yeah. I mean, it seems like a do or die thing.
Yeah, but Pantoja was not a victim of that. Matthias, he has a 60% finish rate. Where are some discrepancies here? Striking absorption. Actually, Cape absorbs more than Matthias, and both guys are pretty same on the across the board, except for accuracy. So Matthias scores 66% of the takedowns he attempts. Manel only gets 28%. Oh, and in striking defense, Matthias also has 70% of shots blocked compared to Manel's 50%. So Manel, he's definitely a prospect. Matthias, I think did take some notes coming back to the UFC from Brave CF. He apparently spent 3 years previous, from 2015 to 2018, in the UFC.
Oh, really?
Mm-hmm. He beat like John Moraga, Louis Smolka, and then he lost to Dustin Ortiz, and then he got released from the promotion.
Okay.
Yeah, Aldo due respect, he does seem to have the better stats on the board, but I don't know if he's ever fought with someone with Eastern experience like Manel. Yeah.
Yeah, that's a tough call.
Yeah, it's very green on both guys here, but the paper would say Matthias has the edge. I don't know. What do you think?
Yeah, that's what it sounds like. I think Cape can get it done. I'm gonna go ahead and say first round knockout.
Nice.
Yeah,
I'm also gonna stay on the Cape train.
Yeah, I mean he's faced some very high level competition already.
Mm-hmm.
Right? Most notably Horiguchi and Asakura. Mizugaki is another big name.
I know his record is stellar in terms of Eastern competition.
Yeah, it definitely is. He's felt that high level competition, and now that he's moved westward, I think he'll have like a stylized approach to it.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe I'm not sure what's going on behind the scenes, but I would hope he managed to get some kind of coaching or training partners and things like that to emulate what a more Western style would be about.
Yeah,
because a lot of like Brazil and America, they're two of the big players, right? And they have a very distinct style between them.
Yeah, and the judges, they look for different things. Like by all appearances, like Manel, he did have a fantastic stand-up performance against Pantoja, but Pantoja just had volume, and that's what the Western people want. They want you to throw hands and legs all the time.
It's a very boxing-heavy approach to combat, right? So hands matter a little more.
Mm-hmm. More than the defense and kind of
like
playing the game,
kickboxing matador. And things like that. You get a trip, you get something like that. That's something that's much different than what North American striking has been about for the last however long, right? 100 years.
Mm-hmm. So I don't mean to be a pick jocker, but I guess I'll go with the KO as well. Maybe in the first round by Cape.
Okay, same
just show us what's up.
Yeah, I'm hoping for a comeback. I mean, it's a good time for a brand new, strike heavy contender, because you got to be very intelligent for the last little while to be able to beat Mighty Mouse.
Oh, yeah.
you got to be more intelligent than potentially the most intelligent fighter of all time.
Yeah. Wherever you are, if you're a 125 fighter, that guy's just lurking around somewhere on the planet Earth.
Yeah. I mean, I'm still really, I mean, my new Khabib Tony fight is Mighty Mouse and Horiguchi running it back.
Oh, that would be fantastic.
I really want to, because
that one's possible
right now. Yeah, I mean, if Mighty Mouse manages to win his next fight, I think I don't know if it's for the title, but it's got to be for the title next, right? I'm pretty sure it is, because he won the Grand Prix.
Yeah. So doesn't he have the belt, or is that kind of just like the Grand Prix thing?
Yeah, it
Or is
was.
that
It's like its own
another
belt. I'm
tournament?
pretty
Oh,
sure.
okay.
And then the regular belt has been fighting for itself for a little while.
Okay, that's
Yeah,
interesting.
so like it's like a unification, right?
Yeah, yeah. That's awesome. That's awesome. I like that. I look forward
Yeah.
to that. Yeah. Moving up in the weight there. Next prediction. Let's get it in. Bantamweight 135. Jonathan the Dragon Martinez will be going off against Davey Dangerous Grant. I'm very green on both these guys. I've not
Yeah.
done a lot of
Same here.
film study on them. Let's see who's got some discrepancy here. Well, Jonathan Martinez, he's a lot younger, 26. Davey Grant, 35. Both guys have pretty good finishing rate. 69% for Jonathan, 83 for Davey. Let's see here. Yeah, striking accuracy, pretty the same. Striking defense, pretty much the same. Jonathan absorbs a little more strikes than Davey. And looks like these guys like to throw hands. Yeah, well-rounded fighters. Coming off a decision off Thomas Almeida. Oh, Jonathan Martinez. Dude, remember when we were so hyped on Thomas? Had that
Yeah, yeah.
crazy run?
I quickly realized that he's very hittable.
Yeah, yeah. The
He
head
doesn't have a
movement.
lot of.
Head movement.
He definitely improved it his last fight,
Yeah.
but he still stands very rigid, very upright, and
Hmm.
it's just a very hittable stance, right? Because your lower body and your head is relatively stationary.
Yeah, like if he doesn't get to you first, then it's usually a rough night. Like you're
Yeah,
falling on
and
hard times because of that.
stylistically, he usually comes with jabs and straights, right?
Hmm.
And then follows with the hooks.
Yeah. But back to these two Martinez. He likes to knock him out, and just in a nutshell, David Grant is strong in the submission field. So, who you picking here?
Uh I gotta go with the Martinez.
Martinez. Okay,
Yeah,
Southpaw striker.
yeah. I think just because I'm also a little green on these guys,
Yeah, yeah, for sure.
and the younger generation, the newer generation, they come in much more well rounded.
Hmm.
You know,
9 years. 9 years
yeah,
separates them.
yeah. That's a big difference, right? And they really don't have that many different number of fights. I mean, 16 fights between them, right? Both of them,
Hmm.
not between them, but a piece.
Yeah, and even though he's fallen on hard times, Thomas Almeida, he's a assassin, man.
Yeah,
He's killer.
he's definitely a high level striker, right? That's a quality name that you want. He's been
Hmm.
a name in the division for a little bit now.
Hmm.
But yeah, I would give it to that newer generation just because you're fighting on a main card. You got to be doing something right.
Yeah, they
Uh,
want to push you. They
yeah,
want you to do something good.
there's really not a lot that I have to go off for these guys.
Yeah, all right. So you'll get Jonathan Martinez by some kind of KO, I assume.
Yeah, yeah. Let's go second round.
All right, I'll make it spicy and say Davis Grant by some kind of. Let's go second round sub.
Nice.
Yeah, make it spicy. All right. Featherweight 145 next match. Rank number 9, Dan 50K Ige or Aish, according to you.
Yeah. Okay, buddy. Let's move along.
Yeah, he's gonna actually put his rank in against unranked Gavin Governor Tucker.
Is this late notice fill-in?
Might be. I mean, is
I
he
mean,
still
I
there? Let
personally
me
am
double
not
check
sure,
here.
but I mean, you were just saying
No, yeah, they're
unranked,
still
right?
in there. Yeah, yeah, yeah. No, we would have to check. Let's see. Space.
No, I don't see it. Tucker.
There's no,
I'm
I guess they just.
I'm mildly familiar with Tucker. He's got a solid offensive grappling game.
Hmm.
He's got good trips,
Yeah,
things like that.
so
He's got power shots too. I mean, I
yeah,
specifically remember his tattoos.
Yeah, very well rounded. 4 KOs,
Yeah.
4 KO/TKOs, 6 submissions, 70%, 6% finishing rate to Dan Ige's 57. Strike absorption. This guy likes to bang. Seems to absorb more than Dan Ige. Pretty clear, pretty even all across the board, except for takedown accuracy. Gavin Tucker more accurate. Secures 42% of his attempts to Dan Ige's 27%. So I don't know. Maybe Ige is just trying to stay busy. Featherweight is kind of like getting log jammed up there with Alex, with Volkanovski, I mean, and Ortega. You got Max just guarding the gate right now. Not calling him a gatekeeper, but he's standing out there and he's waiting for the gatekeeper. I think he kicked off the gatekeeper. Yeah, so now,
Man,
that's probably why he chose to take up Gavin.
Yeah.
Yeah, so on paper, Gavin has the edge in terms of overall recorded performance. But Ige, obviously, he's number 9. You don't get number 9 by being a slouch.
Yeah.
He was on a 6-fight win streak before Calvin Kattar stopped him. Is this a bad play for Dan? Is Gavin gonna edge him out here? What do you think?
I think Ige can get it done. I mean, the first 2 rounds, the first round and a bit against Kattar, he was doing really good in the striking. He was really fast, really strong, good counters and things like that. And I mean, it's not going to be another. Was that fight 25 minutes? It was, right? Kattar and Ige?
Yeah, I think it was a decision loss.
Yeah, 25 minutes. So this one's going to be 15 minutes. And I absolutely think Ige can put on another great performance, right? If he can come in strong, maybe a little bit more, choosing his moments and things like that, I think he can absolutely do really well against Tucker.
All right. So, you got Ige on this one then?
Yeah. I like what I remember about Tucker. But, I mean, Kattar is definitely, on the higher end of the division right now. Despite the massive loss to Holloway, which is another bar entirely. But, I mean, Ige, he had a really good, strong early performance. I think he's going to come in smarter, put on a much cleaner performance throughout the fight. I'm going to go unanimous for Dan Ige.
Nice. I'll go on that side of the fence with you as well. Even though Gaviner is better on paper here, Ige, he's got the experience and fighting with the best. Maybe your stats will go down.
Yeah,
that's just how it is. So I believe Ige will have the edge in terms of experience, and he's definitely seen a high level of competition so far. So yeah, Ige by decision. Moving into the co-main. Oh, we're burning through this, but that's all good. We'll just burn through it. So we're into the co-main event now. Light heavyweight 205. I've seen this name before. You've talked about it. Misha Serkinov, another Russian badass, I guess, or bad boy.
Yeah.
And Ryan Superman Spann. Do you know apparently his name before coming into the UFC was the Potato Man?
Ryan the Potato Man Spann? That is absolutely hilarious.
Why'd you change, bro? Why'd you change?
I know, I mean, there's some really good names, and I'm pretty sure we've talked about them before. Andre Touchy Feely.
Touchy Feely. Violent Bob Ross.
Yeah. Smiling Sam Alvey.
Perfect nickname for that guy.
There's some really good nicknames out there. But that one takes the cake.
The Potato Man Spann.
Yeah.
I don't know. Guess he was too embarrassed.
Yeah, maybe he was looking for a more serious career. I mean, I'm looking at his fighter profile. He's got the tattoo on his chest. Superman style.
There you go. Putting a little rumble in there. Right, Rumble got the one on his arm.
Yeah, speaking of Sam Alvey, I just noticed he's got a split decision win against him recently.
Superman Span, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I love Sam. But yeah, I didn't see that fight. I can't imagine it was probably a slugfest, man.
Yeah, I
He
mean
likes to throw hands.
yeah, he's very good at what he does, but I mean lately he hasn't been putting on the most athletic performances.
hmm Yeah, I never thought he was the most athletic guy. Kind of just a really hard worker, like a Forrest Griffin, right?
Yeah.
Just kind of goes in there, and
He's
if he
just a 9
outworks
to
you,
5er. This is what I chose, man. This is what
yeah,
I'm doing. It's what I'm good at.
hell yeah.
I
Um,
love it. He's one of my favorite fighters. I just love seeing that dude throw down.
yeah, he's hilarious too. He like made this post about saying this chick was so hot, and that I forgot what else he said, but then in the end it was revealed that it was his wife, and he's just like, troll face.
Yeah, I remember in one of his recent fights that they mentioned that his wife is one of his corners, right?
Oh, is she?
Yeah,
Oh,
she's
yeah,
like
yeah.
she's
They
like
came up together.
yeah, she's very in the know about his career and his training and things like that. I'm not sure on the details, but
Yeah, no, I
yeah,
remember
she's
that was
very
mentioned.
involved and like they both they have a love for the sport. That's awesome.
Yeah, it's always good to see those fighting couples. My favorite right now is definitely Thiago Santos and Yana Kuniskaya.
Oh yeah,
Feeling bad for Santos coming off that loss, but Yana with a big win in her last fight.
yeah,
So yeah, just that's a power couple right there, man. Those guys, they both both bangers, yeah. So
yeah.
yeah, man. All love to those two. But yeah, these guys, Potato Man Span, just gonna say that, and Misha Serkinov, big finishers, man. Both over 80% finishing rate in their records. Don't see the distance very often. Ryan Span has a little bit more reach, 2-inch reach advantage, 77 to 79 inches. Serkinov, busier fighter, lands four strikes per minute, and Ryan about 3 per minute. In terms of striking accuracy, absorption, defense, takedowns, yeah, looks like Serkinov is better on paper here. I don't know. You got any highlights or any prediction for this one?
I'm gonna go ahead and guess Misha Serkinov.
Mm-hmm.
Just because I'm more familiar with him and he's been facing some fairly high level competition. Not quite, former champions level, but contenders, right? He's been in that 5'10" bubble for a while now.
Yeah, and I'm looking at this guy's picture on Wikipedia right now. This guy's like Drago's little brother or something.
Yeah, he's got a lot of high level experience.
Speaking of Superman, oh my gosh, go check out that picture, people. Misha Serkinov. He's wearing Superman shorts right there.
Yeah, I'm googling him right now.
Yeah, check that wiki page. Got those Superman shorts, and he's fighting Superman Span. Should be a super fight. But yeah, you pick Serkinov here. Yeah, see that? What a coincidence, huh? It's funny how the universe does that.
That's awesome. But
yeah, the weirdest thing is still that Dr. Evil thing on Bruce Buffer's Instagram.
Yeah, like that's
that?
super random. Like, is he secretly an evil guy? Is he doing evil shit behind the scenes? Is there like a hook twist to the post that no one's seeing, or like
it just tripped me out because I always see that as your profile.
Yeah, I know,
and
it's like what the hell?
It's like if life is a game, someone just copy and pasted this for me to trip out on. That's what I feel like. I'm gonna move this image here, see how it reacts.
Like, it's so random on it. Like, it seems like it's completely out of context for everything that the post was. it seemed like a serious post.
Yeah. It made no mention
Yeah,
of
it
Dr.
didn't.
Evil, why
No
he was there.
references, no quotes or wording of any kind. It was just there for the sake of, he's like, oh, you know what? I like Dr. Evil. Just in the back of his mind. And he's like.
And he was like off center. He wasn't all the way on the left.
It was really.
Bothered me. I was like, why is this here?
It's like the intern was like, I overheard I was getting fired. So I gotta fuck with his post and just put Dr. Evil in here. And then he after that he leaves at the end of the day. Managing Bruce Buffer's Instagram page.
Someone write Bruce Buffer and ask what the hell that was about. Please.
Yeah, that was very confusing. I'm wondering.
Please let me know if you guys see it.
If he's a fan of, if he's just a fan of Austin Powers and he's like, hell yeah, throw it in there, then hell yeah, I'm down. It's just very confusing.
What if it's just us, man? What if we're the only ones that see it? We ask other people. There's nothing there.
Yeah, it's just,
bro, it's right fucking there.
It absolutely was. I mean, did he? Maybe he like deleted it and uploaded a normal one.
No, I don't want that, man. What's that effect called?
Yeah, something like that.
Don't trip me out harder, man.
No, I'm gonna look on Bruce Buffer right now.
Do it. If it's still there, man, then the universe is okay. But I don't know what happened, man.
How long ago was that?
Some kind of glitch in the Matrix. Not too long ago. A few days. I don't know how often he posts, though. Guy's always posting pictures of himself shouting into a microphone. Glorious.
5 days ago.
And then yet, I think it was saying something like, thank you for 1 million followers.
Okay, yeah, here it is. February 25th. Thank you for 1 million followers. It seems like a regular, normal post, but Dr. Evil is for no reason in the bottom left corner. And it's like...
Fucking hilarious, man.
It's like an 8-second loop, and then you swipe, and then it's just a picture of Bruce Buffer doing his thing. And like, why? Why? I mean,
I'm just as confused as you, man.
I would like to know why someone decided to put Dr. Evil in there, because
it's the most random shit ever, and it's your exact
yeah, it's like
same color, same shade.
It was literally like
everything.
Someone just Googled Dr. Evil, and they're like, yeah, fuck it, why not? It's my last day.
Holy shit, man. That's good shit.
Yeah, that's...
Maybe if we get a loud enough voice, Bruce will answer us for it. Like, yo, man, can we go back for a second?
You remember
what
February 25th? 100 million followers or 100 whatever, the 1 million follower mark?
We gotta ask him.
Dear
the
God.
hell was that about, bro? He's not that big yet. Who knows? He got that big.
But anyway, yeah,
all right, man.
That was just the most random ass shit I've ever seen on the interwebs.
I felt life. I felt like life.
Yeah, like a glitch in the Matrix. Like
I was like, what the hell? Why is this here?
Like someone woke up 3 days later and not remembering anything, and they're just like, wait a minute, Bruce Buffer is evil.
Oh yeah. All right. Let's move into this main event. Holy shit, good shit. Welterweight 170, number 3, Leon Rocky Edwards comes back finally after being held back from COVID so long. I don't know if he got it, but yeah, that's what's been holding him back. Restrictions, travel, etc., etc. Against number 13 Bilal, remember the name Muhammad. Now this guy creeped up on my radar, but he's on a 4-fight win streak, and he looks pretty serious.
Yeah, 8 of his last 9. Jeff Neal is his only loss. 2 4 streaks.
And Jeff Neal is hell of a fighter too. Yeah, so here we go. Leon Edwards, Bilal Muhammad. Have seen a little bit of both guys, but the paper stats here. Leon Edwards, 50% finish rate. Bilal only 10%, but I think he's a marauder. He just comes at you with another one of those fighters that weaponized pace. Yeah, She's gonna exhaust you.
Yeah.
You. In terms of striking absorption, Bilal does take 4 strikes per minute, compared to Edwards' 2 strikes per minute. And striking defense, pretty much the same there. Accuracy, takedown accuracy, pretty much the same. And takedown defense, Bilal 14% more than Leon, 70%. So Bilal's at 84%. Both guys are very well rounded. You know, if you watch these guys fight, I'm sure if people have seen Leon fight and Bilal fight, you know, these guys are ranked guys. So both guys are hard fighters. I personally think this is a big step for Bilal, and I'm glad that Leon's coming back. He's gonna help remind everyone how serious he is. You know, he's still reeling off that unofficial loss to Jorge Masvidal. Everybody always kicks him. Poor guy.
Just sitting in the back and eating his 3-piece and soda.
Yeah, the entire time. Everyone's been watching fights, and every time they look back, they're like, 3-piece.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. He had a catchy catchphrase. Solid knockouts. Masvidal skyrocketed. I mean, that's arguably less than an 8-fight win streak. And I mean, recent inactivity, you know, travel restrictions. He was wanting to fight Woodley, I'm pretty sure. Khamzat a few times. I really hope he comes back, but that's another discussion. I mean, I'm just glad to see Edwards. I'm just glad to see Edwards back, right? And he's not the most entertaining type of fighter, but he gets the job done every time.
Yeah,
he plays the right game plan. You know, like 259, we saw many, you know, excellent game plans executed, and I think that's what we're going to see.
So someone's going to dominate. I mean, these guys are both dominators.
I mean, yeah, exactly, right. They're both, their game plan is to win the fight wherever it goes, right? It's about winning the striking, it's about winning the grappling position, things like that. I mean, it's going to go one way or the other, I think, and I'm just leaning towards Edwards.
Same here, man. I think Leon, you know, he's been waiting on a coming out party. I don't know if Bilal will be that boost that helps him, but you know, as long as he gets the activity in there, obviously it's something to consider. Bilal, he's been more active. He fought this year, February.
Yeah.
And then he got a fight in and during the pandemic times. So we'll see. We'll see if ring rust is a factor. But I think Leon, you know, he's been itching to get back.
Yeah, I think he'll. I mean, 25 minutes. He's done that before. Definitely, but you never know with that ring rust, right? Dominic Cruz says it doesn't exist, but I mean,
That's Dominic.
Yeah, I mean he's another type of animal entirely. But yeah, I think he'll get it done. I think split decision. Bilal Muhammad is definitely, you know, a solid fighter. I just think that 25 minutes will be the sway. Bilal might win a round or two in the first 2 or 3.
So you see Leon just skating away with the UD.
Yeah, I mean, I'm going to go say split just because inactivity makes me want to take the safe bet.
And on that note, in your view, is he finally getting a title shot, Uncle Dana?
Yeah. I mean, if he wins this, Edwards,
what's going on here?
I'm pretty sure either of these guys has a strong argument on a win.
Yeah, at this point, I'm like, the promo ability of Covington, and then everybody's on Masvidal's nuts, even though he's like, we don't know what's going to go on. And it's just like, let's get the picture going.
Yeah, like
let's go. Burns lost. Let's go.
If Edwards wins, his absolute next fight has to be a title shot. There's no arguing that.
It's got to be.
But if Bilal wins, and he very well might, there's no saying he won't. But, I mean, I think that is arguable with his next fight being a title shot because I'm pretty sure they'll go with the Masvidal.
For sure. Yeah, man. Edwards, let's go. Coming out party. I mean, I don't know your odds against Usman, but I'm rooting for you
Yeah.
to
I
get
mean,
there.
maybe we'll see so much growth in the last year and a half or so that he's been gone.
Mm-hmm. Well, yeah, man. Let us close that out. That is our predictions for UFC Vegas 21. Edwards. Wait, what? Edwards and Muhammad.
Yeah, I was.
My bad. But yeah, there you go, people. Thanks. Yeah. Late night. Here we go, though. We'll see you guys next week, hopefully on the 18th. Today is March 11th. That closes out this episode 7. Thanks, everybody, for listening. Thanks, Throb, Lowe, for always joining. And yeah, Hespect, everybody. Hey, thank you so much for listening in on today's episode of the Hespect MMA podcast. If you'd like to connect with me and discuss your own responses over anything MMA related, come follow my Instagram or Twitter at Hespect MMA Pod. And for those of you listening in via YouTube, remember to hit that like and subscribe button to show some continued love and support. Appreciation to you, and tune on in the next episode. Much Hespect.